Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to bring you my first ever purchases of watercolours and supplies. I made a purchase after going to an art group. I really wanted to try it before I bought it, and I tried a little set that I don't think was very expensive, but I decided to go ahead and order some things within my price range, but were also going to help me moving forward. So the one thing I did was I researched a lot of videos on YouTube to see what I needed and maybe the basic things that I'd need to start watercolouring. I'm not great at art, but I'm not terrible. So I thought this was a good foundation. I wanted to work on techniques. I also wanted something small. So the first thing I want to talk about, and I'll move these away, is the paper, because I know that the paper is really, really important. So I ordered this Seawhite travel book. It's 200 GSM. The person that I watched that reviewed it said that it's a really, really decent travel book for watercolours. It didn't buckle under pressure, underwater. And just for me, I think it will do. I know that you have to have really, really good quality paper in order to do your sketches and your artwork. So I have ordered some cotton paper that I do have. I've got like 20 sheets, but I won't be using that for practicing. I feel like I'm going to use this. And I'm sure I'll see a difference. But for this first sort of, and I don't want to go too big. So I've ordered this. The paper's like quite thick, almost like card-like. So sorry, I've got a tickle. There's, I believe, 20 sheets in here. I just liked how compact it was, and I can't wait to try some stuff out, and I will do that with you. Maybe we can do this together, go on this journey. So the other thing I bought was the brushes, because I know they're also quite important. I didn't spend a lot on these. I think I only spent $6.99. So these were from Amazon. These are the brand Fumui. So I tried to, it's really different because paint brushes I expect to be a bit like makeup brushes. If you've been here a long time, I like doing makeup. So the fact that these aren't like makeup brushes, they're freaking me out a little bit. They're a lot heavier. These are wooden handled. They've got a silver ferrule, and these I believe are synthetic. There's nothing to tell me that they're not, or they are though. I think they're synthetic. They don't look synthetic, but I think they are. They came with like a coating on them though, which I probably need to wash off. So I bought some various sizes. So I got some flat brushes. I don't even know what these are called or the style of them. All I know that these are flat and maybe flat and wide. There's this one here, which is wider than this one. I got quite a big brush. This is what they call a cat tongue brush. I know that. And I thought that was super cute. So I'm looking forward to trying to use that. Maybe using it to use watering the paper first to do wet on wet. Get me, I know what I'm talking about. It's because I watched so many videos. There's this large round brush with a tip. There's this medium one, there's a small one, and then maybe a fine brush here. So I thought they might help. I'll give them a go and I'll see how I get on, and I'll let you know what I think as a first impression. And then obviously finally the paints. Now I wanted to go for a limited palette. I understand colour theory. I understand how to mix colours and what colours mix with what, and I understand cool and warm tones. I think that is helped by all of the makeup videos I did. So I bought this one, and this was a recommendation from Sketches and Scrubs. She said go for the Cotman watercolours, Winsor and Newton, the £12 palette, and it comes like this. I haven't even taken anything out of the packets. So you've got a cool and a warm yellow, a cool and a warm red, well, I would have said a cool and a warm blue, but I don't think that's the case. Got a light and a dark blue. You've got a green, a sort of emerald green, a foresty pea green. You've got like an ochre colour in here, a bit like a mustard, orange, brown, and then a white, which I've heard a lot of people say that they would probably not have in their palette if they could not have a colour, because of course you should be able to get rid of the colour. So I'm going to just open the white because I don't even know what they look like or feel like or anything. I know nothing. This is Chinese white. There is a bit of dryness to it, but of course this is a watercolour, so I'm assuming you wet them. Oh, they feel really waxy. Oh, they do come out, so be careful with that. Maybe they expand a bit when they're wet. I don't know. Somebody can tell me. And, oh, I'll pop it in there. Oh, that's satisfying. I think I would like to try testing these out, testing the primary colours as much as I can, and just seeing where it takes me. I want to, you know, try everything. Oh, this is, why have they got so much packaging on? There's like a cover and a plastic bit and, oh God, this is a lot. Bit of ASMR for you. Right, there we go. Oh, that's nice. Now, I do know that the colour that you see in the pan isn't necessarily the colour that comes out onto there. I will do some swatches, I think. Maybe that's the first thing I'll do. I've never swatched anything before. And as a complete beginner, and I mean a complete beginner, this is definitely something that I would advise you to do what I did and go through all of the videos that you can and really understand. I mean, I'm not going to get technique. I'm not going to even know my style at this point. But I definitely would recommend looking at some of the videos on Facebook. I mean, there's even really good shorts videos that might help. So these are so cute. I'm really enjoying doing this. It's like doing a puzzle. Before you start, there's some great YouTubers out there. And I'll link some of the videos that I watched down below because I think that will really help. And some of the YouTubers that I watched. I should have written it down really. Sketches and Scrubs is one of them. And there's another lady who I think is amazing, but she is from the USA. Sketches and Scrubs is UK. And the reason I say that's important as somebody from the UK, when Sketches and Scrubs was talking, I wish I knew her name. When she was talking about products, it was easier to ask questions or find information on the products that are UK based. Not that it doesn't mean that things aren't available in other countries. It's just that sometimes it's difficult to get hold of, but also, you know, it might react differently. I don't know, the water in the UK might be different to react with the paints. Things are made for here. I don't know if that's true. So I think it's good to find your tribe in the country that you're in, just because of that reason. But also the watercolour community seems really, oh, did you see that? It just seems really lovely. Everybody wants to help each other. There's some really good people on YouTube doing this, and I'm not one of them. But if you are thinking of doing something different, if you've always wanted to give it a go, and let me tell you, my thing was I never thought I was good enough, and I decided that I'm not going to care about that anymore. I'm not selling my art. I'm doing it for fun. So why would it matter if I'm good or not? Obviously, it matters if I enjoy it. So I want to buy the stuff. Ow, my nails just chipped. Obviously, I want to get the right tools for me to be able to enjoy it to its maximum. And I might want to do some bits and bobs for family, so I want it to last. So I'm going to make sure I get good stuff for that reason. But, you know, I'm not going to be a professional. Student grade, if you know the differences between the two, is going to be fine for me. So you've got student grade and professional. If you didn't know, student grade is for, I mean, obviously it tells you what it is for students. But that means, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just means that you don't need to have a professional status to it, or because you're practicing. It's for practicing and getting better. This is quite cute. Now they say this is red, but I would definitely say that's orange. Maybe it comes out red in the thingy. And this is so fiddly. I don't know how, I wouldn't want to do this all the time. It's so fiddly, so much packaging. It'd be nice if they didn't have this. Maybe they have to. I don't enjoy the packaging. That's really annoying. Oh, I've broken my nail. It's very sharp. It's really sharp. Oh. Oh, this is so hard to get into. This last one especially is now really hard. Excuse me. So, you know, I think it'd be nice to have you along this journey with me. If you want to stay. You also get this little travel brush. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. Love that. That's so soft. Oh, so yeah, this is, woo! This is the Winsor & Newton Cotman watercolour set, and it's a Sketchers pocket set. So if you were wondering, if you were looking to start somewhere, this cost me about £12. The brushes cost me £6.99, and I think the pad cost around 10 or 11. So all in all, I spent about, let's say £30 in total from Amazon on my supplies, and that's an investment I think that will be well worth it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and get some things, and then maybe we could do some testing. Okay, I'm not going to lie, I'm really nervous. Whew. So I'm going to test all the colours. I've got some washi tape actually that hopefully will help me to understand things a bit more. Oh, Rupert. Honestly, that boy. Right, this is some Christmas washi tape that I don't intend on using anytime soon. The reason I'm putting some washi tape on here is because I actually just want some nice neat boxes. I'm sure that's not the right thing to do, but I don't know what else to do. There we go. It's very Christmassy, that. No. Oh, I'm sorry, my dog's decided that he's wanting to bark now, which is so typical of him. He doesn't bark the whole time, and then I go on a video and we have Bark Central. I don't even know why he's barking, if I'm honest. There might be somebody at the bus stop. We've got a bus stop right outside the house. That could be the reason. Oh, this seems very, what's the word? Unnecessary, if I'm being honest. It's not even the same. What's the word? There we go. It's not even the same distance in between, but we just carry on. This is probably very unnecessary. People are going to be screaming at the video. What are you doing? Just get on with it, duck. I know. It's my first page in my first book. Let me do my thing. I'll let you do yours. I'm sure it is unnecessary, but I'm just going to carry on regardless. Right, so we've got 12 boxes. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, sort of boxes. They'll do. Like I say, just let me do my thing. So let's start from the beginning. I think I'll use this groovy little brush, which is a 4 by Fumi. Let's wet it first. Do you know what I might do? I think I'm going to wet half of the box first. Do wet on wet. Who agrees? Yeah, I'm going to wet half of the box first. There you go. On each of these. I probably don't need to wet the brush each time, do I? I bet you I don't. This is fun. I say it's fun. I've no idea what I'm doing. And the boxes are all different sizes, but I'm sure people won't mind that is something that... No, I definitely need to put more water on. That's something that I've decided to do. Right, so let's wet all of these first. I'm not going to put any... Try and drip on them rather than... There we go. I don't want to put the brush on the paint yet. Yeah, I've seen people with like little spray bottles. That looks like a great idea because then you get the paint wet already. It seems to be dispersing nicely. Oh, look at that. That's cute. I've not even started and I'm getting excited. Honestly, this is actually the most exciting thing that I think I've ever done. Because it's the first time I've actually done this. I'm going to start with the top right colour because I feel that's a good place to start. So this is a yellow. Do you just go straight in or do you put it straight? What, do you just put it straight in? That's, oh, okay. Oh, hello. Okay. That feels rather nice. I didn't really expect it to do that. Now, if it's dry there, okay, I'm sure people will tell me I'm doing something wrong. I mean, it's not going to make a difference, is it, really? Wet on wet, dry on dry, etc., etc. Dry on dry, is that even a thing? Dry on dry? No, how could you use paints that aren't dry on dry? So, on the wet, it does, if you just do that, it sort of goes in and it spreads itself. That's quite nice, isn't it? And then if we go on the dry, yeah, that doesn't spread anywhere. Oh, I like that. That's very interesting. I didn't know that that happened. Okay. It seems to be pooling down there. Let's have a look. This is meant to be like a red. This is very different to what I used at the art group. Wow. Look at that. Look at it go. There's definitely pooling. And is that because I've put these strips here? Can anybody tell me? If you are watching this and you're somebody who often does painting, and then is watching this going, what is she doing? Let me know. It feels nice. It feels rather nice when it goes on. Okay. This is all so new. Oh, this is such a nice colour. What is this? Like a really nice reddy. Oh, that's a cool red, that. That's so nice. I'm really enjoying that colour. I like that colour. Very autumnal. That's like a tomato red. It's almost an orange. I wonder if I can intensify that colour a bit. I really like that colour. Yeah, with the dry you can sort of... Now, is there a special way to do the brush? I don't know. I just don't know. I have no idea. I don't know much about this. So this is where I wet it. It's still wet. So it is doing something. Yeah, you can see it's still wet. It's moving. And then this is the dry side. The colours are really, really intense. I like that. The ones I used the other day weren't so intense. Right, okay, so here's the difference. That's where it was wet, so it's a bit sheerer. That is where the paper was dry, so you get more intense colour. I can see that here very clearly. There's a bit of pooling here. I don't know if that's because of the way that... Yeah, can you see? Look at it moving there. There's a bit of pooling there. I don't know how to avoid that, how to make that flatter. Somebody might be able to tell me. And this is the I guess they call this a warm blue. That's not got as much pigment. Maybe I didn't put as much water in there. They feel stiff. That is much sheerer, isn't it? It's nice though, really pretty. Let's go with this foresty green. It's really pretty colour. Oh yes, I like the... So the paper is sort of buckling underneath. Now this is only a sketchbook. And it might be because I've put this tape on. So anybody can tell me if that's the reason. This is... I like painting on dry. I think I'd have to get used to painting on wet. I keep dripping a lot of water. This must be holding water if it's dripping out. I don't know. And then this, oh, it's like, I did say a pea green, but it feels more like an olivey green. Oh, I like that colour. That's cool. And this is what I would call a lovely warm green. Oh, I like that. I like that colour. So then again on the dry. Oh, this is so fun. I love it. If you don't paint or if you've never painted, like, it is fun. Look at that. It holds a lot of paint. I've been adding more paint, but that held a lot of paint. Okay. Then this colour, which looks very like the red, but it must be a brown, right? Is it brown? Okay, I just didn't pick anything up. Maybe it needs to be more wet. I don't know how to feel about that colour. It's very light. We have this darker brown. I like that. It's a very good brown. It's very neutral brown. I like that a lot. So I didn't actually put water over here, but the brush is very wet and it's holding the water. And then, oh, I've got blue in the white. That's great. Already getting colours mixed up. I mean, I'm putting the white on here, but I'm not entirely sure why. It's like an off-white. It says Chinese white, but it's like an off-white. So maybe when I pull the things off. Okay, well, that was very interesting. Shall we let that... Shall I let it dry or shall I just take it off? I'll take off the top one. Now, how long does this sort of paint take to dry? Does anyone know? I feel like I'm quite impatient. Everybody's yelling now. Don't take it off yet. Wait a minute. Yeah, I definitely need to wait a bit. So as we wait, I'm going to go and clean this off. I'll be back. Okay, so that's dried a little bit. I've taken the washi tape off. And as you can see, I just want to show you the back of the page here has like crinkled a bit. Now, I don't know if that was because I put the washi tape on. I don't know because I haven't ever painted before, but this is my first, I guess, watercolour swatch, but my first attempt at even putting watercolour onto paper. So that was fun. That was fun. Okay, so things that I've noticed. Let's just have a little look through. So there's still some wet areas where it's drying. It's very smooth. Like this one has dried really nicely. I love this colour. I think it's my favourite. This is my second favourite. There is a bit of a smudge there. And you can see where it's drying. It's got a lovely texture to it. I really like that texture. I can tell here mainly, and here, where the wet on wet was a bit sheerer, and then the dry here, same as here. So that's worked really well on those. This green has got like a little marble effect in it, and I don't know why. And then again, this is where the paper has bent, so there's a bit of pooling here of the water, which has dispersed it into this, I've heard people call it cauliflowers, and it seems to have done that here. You can see the edges, these little frilly edges. So where it's dried, it's lovely. I feel like that's going to take a while to dry. Yeah, because there's a lot of water there. I think that's my fault. I think that's my fault as a beginner. So yeah, I feel like the colours are really nice. I really like these 4 colours actually. I wasn't sure about that, but these 4 and that, I love those colours. They're like a really lovely neutral palette. I think they look really pretty. This is very primary. That seems a bit more muted, and I think I would use them. I think I would. Now here I can see there is an off-whiteness to that Chinese white, which is nice. There's definitely some things that I would like to try. I'm quite scared of trying, but I want to try. So I'm definitely going to have some practices around things. I'd like to draw and maybe try round circles. I'd like to draw something and colour inside it. So we'll see how we get on. Thank you so much for joining me for my first ever painting session with watercolour. And I feel like this is definitely going to be like a little video diary of my progress. I am really excited about where this is going to go. And yeah, if you love watercolours, you've worked with them before, if there's any tips or anything I should know, or any Facebook groups that I should join in the UK, by the way, let me know. I've got my next art group next Monday. We're now on Wednesday, so I've got less than a week to go, and we get to do whatever we want there. So I'm going to do some stuff. I'm going to get some ideas of what I might want to do, and then have a go at doing that. Definitely going to take this along, and this is so portable, isn't it? Look, how cute is that? So I will definitely take that with me, and these brushes, and I think that's all I need. Maybe a pencil, and that's about it. Right then, thank you so much for watching. Give it a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. Comment down below if you want to, and subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe as we go on this journey, because it's going to be different and it's going to be a bit exciting. Thanks so much for watching. Bye guys.